Hey, I'm Pops, and we're going through Mayor of Kingstown, episode 8. Episode 8 already. Man, this season is flying by. It's so good. I hope you're enjoying it. Paramount Plus they really got a winner here. Jeremy Renner is freaking amazing every single week. Great cast and great writing. So this episode, I guess by my definitions, is kind of a filler, right? Because this episode is not about Mike, really. He really kind of goes to the background by design, and we allow all of the other story elements to kind of move a step forward. And that is really kind of the basis of the episode is where is Mike, right? Because he's not in his office. Everyone's looking for him. Billy, the bartender, has passed away 2 years ago, by the way. And his granddaughter is the bartender, and that's who Mike is interacting with, right? And they kind of have, some words and some fun back and forth, but he is throwing down the drinks. It's 9:30 in the morning. He basically says, look, I'm leaving my keys. Don't let me have them back. Here's my gun. Don't let me, I'm going to come back for that later, but don't let me have my keys back. And he just keeps drinking, right? And we cut away to different elements throughout the story with all the different characters, right? Kyle's looking for him. The mom is calling because she's still that bleeding heart trying to help this juvie kid named Jacob. I will admit, no idea why the mom storyline is even in all of this. It's just such a waste of screen time. And Diane Weiss, she's a very talented actress who really doesn't get to do any. She's done nothing in season 2. If she was not irrelevant enough in season 1, in season 2, she's completely irrelevant to everything going on. There's even a musical montage of like Bunny, right? Because Bunny gets out, and before he goes, he's there with Raph, I don't know. And he leaves the keyboard behind. So I'm Bunny's getting out today, basically, right? The king is back is the joke. The party ride shows up. They're doing all of this, and Bunny calls and leaves a message for Mike, like, where are you, man? He calls him Santa Jesus. And Digo, I think is his name, is the guy that rolls up on Kyle, who's looking to talk to Bunny, like, where is Mike? And the only thing that really comes out of that's interesting is that Bunny gives Kyle the nickname Baby Bro, which I think is actually pretty good. It comes up a couple other times. In the musical montage, you get a little flash of Milo. You get a little bit of that Charlie. Oh, Charlie is the serial killer, right? So he's chipping his tooth to go to the dentist. That's Ian's way of getting him out of the prison. And what happens there is they're going to this house, and it's really kind of you can't connect your pieces. This is one of the best episodes of like a twist that you do not see coming, right? Wow. So Ian's taking Charlie. Charlie is a nut job serial killer. Bodies are dismembered, and Ian, for some reason, has been able to befriend this guy, get information out, find out where body parts are, and they're rolling up on a place. He's putting Charlie in scrubs and a bonnet, like a hair thing, right? I guess so there will be any physical evidence that he was actually there. And they're going to roll up a place called, his name is Ben. Now, Ben turns out to be the rat that's turning over on the SWAT team, particularly on Robert. Now, so you have to remember over the last couple episodes, the attorney general, right? The folks that are in the politics, they need a body. They need someone to throw to the wolves and the media or whatever because of the riot that broke out at the end of season 1 that we're still dealing with the ramifications for. And it's all this back and forth. And basically he's admitting that, look, read this file about this crazy serial killer dude. And he's like, yeah, that's him. By the way, he'll now know where you live, where your kids live, where your life lives, and all that. And it seems like it's going okay. And Ben's going to call and back out of testifying. And you're like, holy cow, I didn't see this coming. Oh my gosh. Ian is so dirty and gross. Like, I can't believe this is what they're doing. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my gosh. And they get to the front porch, and he just starts screaming at Ian. He comes completely unglued on Ian. And then out of the blue, like a superhero, man, Charlie jumps and lunges at this guy, Ben, and just snaps his neck, man. Just kills him right there. And you're like, holy crap, what happened? I mean, it was unbelievable. Holy cow. So, and he's like, you can't talk like that. Like, Charlie just has triggers. That's all there is to Charlie. So Ian's trying to stage a break-in and talk Charlie off a ledge. And then there's a quick scene where you're seeing Ian, like, he should really eliminate Charlie, but he can't do it, right? Charlie's talking about getting brain freeze from a drink and about how Ian's nice to him, and he just can't do it. So now what the pacing of the movie is, all of these little chunks of the story is around Mike just drinking and wandering around. At one point, he drinks and leaves with a glass. So let's see. We check in with Iris. Joseph takes Iris to see Milo, who's hiding out in a church. Milo, of course, is the guy that's run. He's like the Russian mafia leader. Joseph is the underboss. Joseph has no power, and Iris knows it. Called him out on it. And Milo gets the chance to be Milo because really, we haven't had much of Milo since season 1 anyway. And what little we've had, Milo hasn't gotten to be basically Littlefinger, right? We all know Littlefinger from Game of Thrones. That's who the actor is. And he gets to be creepy. He gets to be that person. Basically, is giving her the I don't trust you speech. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's sad that we don't have more Milo. This season doesn't really have a big bad. It's more like just the chaos and the melee from the prison riot and all the different things that go out and has affected everything. And you know, we have little subplots that I just don't care. I don't care about the mom and the Juvies thing. I don't really care because Mike ends up sleeping with some woman. She's like the widow of one of the prison guards that dies. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't really care. I mean, it's fine. It just shows Mike's in a really bad place, right? I think that the guys are celebrating at the bar because now the investigation won't go through. And I'm like, whatever, Bunny calls and all these different moments that are happening. And I think that when you get near the end of the episode and you have Kyle and Ian, trying to figure out where Mike is, no one knows. And when we do see Mike and he gets his gun, he's wandering the streets basically, right? And then suddenly there's this car that's shadowing him. It's going to run him down. There's like a little mini chase scene. Couple shots are fired. He finally kills the driver. The car crashes, right? And it turns out it's Davidson. It's the guard that's aligned with the Aryan Brotherhood. So it's the AB guard, that white guy that he got into his face with. The guy was like going to push Mike down, and then I guess Kyle beat him, and it's that guy tries to kill Mike. And of course, Mike kills him, and Mike just like puts the glasses back on. He's walking around. He's completely a mess, carrying his gun, sitting on a bench. The church bells are ringing, and Milo walks up. Hey, Mike, I heard you looking for me. And I'm like, wow, what an episode. Like, yes, it's a filler episode because really only a couple of things happen, but a couple of those things are really, really big in moving us forward, right? A lot of these little subplot things, they're just kind of like things for the characters are good because we do care about them. Like we do care about Kyle and the other officers, especially Ian. We kind of want to know what the deal is with Charlie. Like, why on earth would Ian be going through all this? And then to have this sort of twist with Milo where Milo could be relevant again is really, really big and key because he's really kind of been forgotten in the grand scheme of things. So I'm enjoying the show. I don't know if you're watching it or not. I can't recommend it enough. I love the show. Love to hear your thoughts on it, what you liked, what you didn't like. Thanks for watching. I'm Pops.